afternoon. Right, got a bit of sewing today. I hope you can hear me. You're sort of away a bit, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm making these little art journaling things that I like to make. I've had great fun with these actually. I'll show you inside in a second, but there's some of the covers. And this one, I love this one. It's a felted flower that I did yonks ago, so I've stitched it down. I'll show you inside in a second. And then the badgers. Yeah, so what they are is they're elastic bound so that they're completely refillable. And then I put in a variety of, I'm going to have to show you this, mixed media card, watercolour card, paper, that kind of stuff. What's the other one called? Can't remember. Anyway, all sorts of papers, some black paper, or card actually. Oh, what is it called? It's this stuff. I don't know. I'll have to get up and have a look what it's called. Anyway, I fill it with numerous sheets of that, which, you know, is great for putting in your pocket. They're about 6 by 6. I think they're more like 6 by 6.5, something like that. But they're totally unique, and I love stitching them. I find them really good fun to make. This stuff is the weirdest thing. Let me get that big sheet. I bought a big sheet of it at the West Point show, and I don't know, it's like fabric, and she's done some sort of, it was an independent artist, and she's done some sort of finish on the top. So although it feels plasticky, it is fabric. It's weird. Anyway, oh no, I've knocked my flower off. Yeah, so, but it's stitched lovely. I was really impressed with that. So that one and that one are made out of that weird and wonderful fabricy stuff. And this one is one of my gel printed fabrics. Absolutely crazy. This is the fish that I stitched when I showed you me doing lino cuts. I'm trying to get rid of bits and bobs that I've got hanging around. It's driving me insane. So I thought, yeah, these I've run out in the shop. They sell really well, really quickly. So why not make some? And this is another piece of gel printed fabric. If you can see, all pink circles and things. And then I've just put on one of my little houses. I'll put a link to, I think she's called Kathleen Laurel Sage. She actually does a demo on making these little houses and that, and they're again really good fun to make, scraps of felt and things like that. So I've got one more left to do because I'm only doing 5. I just need to remove that. This is the inside. I do pelmet violin on the inside, so you end up with quite a nice stiff cover. And then these pink ones I've lined with Tilda fabric, so, but we don't need that yet. This one is, now then, Louine, you might recognise the background. You sent me that lovely quilt, so I have stitched on that, put a rose on it and some little buttons. I don't know how I'm going to get past those buttons actually. I didn't think that through, did I? But anyway, I've die cut a piece of netting that I'd done some stitching on ages ago. See what I mean? It's just stuff that I've had forever. So I'm just going to stitch those to the front here. I think I've picked the most complicated one to do at last. And then my other sewing machine does words and things, so I'll stitch that on at some point. And then I've just got a piece of lace and another piece of lace just to stitch on the back, just to give it a bit of interest. So I'll do a little bit with you. I think I'm going to have fun trying to get past those buttons. I might have to take them off and restitch them on. Yeah, I think I might have to, but let's go. So all I'm going to do now is stitch it down to the background basically. And yeah, kind of go from there. So anyway, I hope you're all well. Once the sewing machine starts, I won't be able to talk because it'll clonk and clonk. Yeah, I hope you're all well. It's really cold and really frosty. I know compared to like your weather out in the States, it's nothing, but for us, it's cold and it's frosty. I went for a lovely walk with my daughter this morning, the youngest one. So I'm going to keep bobbing up and down because I'm waiting for an Amazon delivery. I took up their 30-day free postage because there were some things I wanted to buy. So free access, you know. So I'll cancel it basically on the 24th. Anyway, yeah, we went for a lovely walk down at the Troll Bridge. I've done a video on that. And her Husky Doberman, Hades, Oh, he was in seventh heaven because it was thick frost everywhere. He was jumping in and out of it, and oh, he was having a great time. So much so that the little so-and-so decided he didn't want to come home. So, yeah, hi. Oh, my hair's a mess, so I'm not going to put my face on. Yeah, he decided he didn't want to come home, and it took us half an hour to get him back on the lead. So, little so-and-so. Right, I'm going to move these off because they'll fall off anyway, and I'm going to stitch. So it's going to be noisy. I probably won't do all of it because it is noisy, but yeah, let's see how we go. So I've got it on zigzag. I've got a size 3 and I do about a 1.5 spacing. Just filled a bobbin, that's why it was going fast. So one side of the heart. Yeah, I love making these. They're good fun. Right, I don't know how I'm going to stitch by the side of the buttons. You didn't think of that, did you, you crazy woman? Right, I think what I'll do is I'll chop them off for now, and then I'll re-stitch them, and they'll have to stitch right through the cover as well. So, right, one. Yeah, think about things like that before you go stitching them on, Wally. Mind you, I made these hearts ages ago, when I was dog sitting actually, because I couldn't do much else, because he wouldn't let me. So, sorry, Amazon man's not here yet. Yeah, so I don't know if I had an end use for them, I'll be honest with you. I just made them. Slow it down while we go around the corner. I cut the fabric, the hearts, with a Sizzix die that I've got, which is primitive hearts basically. Let me move those or I shall scoot them straight onto the floor. Yeah, and that worked really well. It even cut through. It's kind of like a commercial quilt. It wasn't a handmade one that Louine sent me a box of goodies. So thank you, Louine. Let's see where my heart is. Right, that's it. Stop there. Trying to move the rose out of the way. Yeah, don't put your decorations on until it's all stitched down, I think is the moral of the story there. Yes, it was a lovely walk this morning. Really frosty, but sunny. Beautiful. Sun was just coming up when we went around the field, so it was beautiful. Should have took my camera off my phone, I suppose. I think my sewing machine needs a service. It's not sounding very happy. So maybe we'll do that at some point. Or maybe not. So that's the heart stitched on, as you can see. There, okay, it's just really tiny zigzag all the way around. It's not going to go anywhere, it's not going to fray. It's yeah, I'll just put the word create on, because then I've got the difficult bit of going around that shape, which is not an easy shape, but bit. Move you over slightly. Yeah, I had a bit of a rush around morning actually. I had somebody contact me on eBay. I just sell a small amount of things on there, mainly zips and odd bit of clothing, stuff like that. Anyway, she obviously had an order that she needed to fulfill, and she needed some of the zips that I sell. So I said to her, look, you know, post office is on strike. The only post they're guaranteeing at the moment is the more expensive, what's it called? Special delivery. I said, and even that, you know, and she said, oh, I've got to have them for Wednesday. And I thought, oh, you left it a bit late, love. But I said, well, I'll do what I can. And then, you know, if it doesn't arrive with you, that's that really. It's absolutely mucking up things, you know, for all sellers really. I had an Etsy order this morning. I messaged the lady. I said, there's no way it's going to get to you in the States for Christmas. And she said, no, it's fine. I don't want it for Christmas. Just send it as, you know, as and when you can. So, yeah, I mean, luckily, people have been super understanding, but they are literally holding the country to ransom because we don't have anything else unless you use a courier. And I don't think any of the couriers in this country do international post. So, yeah, we're stuck with Royal Mail, and that's that really. So, I remember years ago there was a company tried to get in on, you know, on UK mail, but they weren't allowed. They were stopped. I guess because, you know, ooh, sorry, there's certain sort of legal ramifications. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's the post, so I don't know. Yeah, there it is. So yes, I was rushing to get these zips sent. I was rushing to get this pouch stitched and sent on its way to America. Yeah. So it's a busy morning. I thought, right, I need to get these books done. I started doing them the other day actually, so must be an easy way to do this. I should have put my free motion foot on, but I didn't, so having some lovely comments from you guys. Thank you so much. You're all so lovely. It's yeah, it's good to know you're liking the content at the moment. I don't feel there's an awful lot of variety, but you know, a lot of people enjoying the cooking ones, which is great. I find them quite fun actually. I'm such a slapdash cook, but you know, it's basic, it's good. Yeah. And then, yeah, and there was a lot more call for stitching as well, so it's really awkward to film when you're sewing though, because you've got the noise of the machine, and you know, it's not like when you're doing papercraft, you can sit and talk to people. So right, I think that is on. So that's all good. Yep. So that's the sort of flowery thing on, and the word create. So just need to do that back bit. That way. How did I have that way, didn't I? I like to just put something a little bit interesting on the back, and I thought that was interesting. So you can't see it at all. There you go, lace and stuff. Right, I'll just do straight stitch for this, I think. I'll stitch this on. I'll pause you while I stitch the buttons back on, because I need to do that before I put the lining on, otherwise I'll never get it in there. So and I don't want it showing on the inside, basically. okay, it's clonking and clanking. Might need a new needle, it's been a while. All of you good sewers out there have just gone, oh, you should change your needle regularly. Yes, I know. I do know. I'm just too lazy. Right, I'll do a quick, should we do a fancy stitch up there? That might be quite nice. Oh, it's trouble keeping your hands warm in this weather. Let's do leaves. They look nice. Now then, I think they are directional, so we'll just swap it the right way. Right, this is going to be noisy. So you can't even see those leaves, but never mind. I know they're there. So I'll just snip some of those bits. Right. Okay. So this is what we've got so far. Okay, a little bit of lace on there. Yeah, you can't even see those leaves. Never mind. And then we got that. That's going to be our front decoration. So that'll be the cover when it's done. All right. So I'm just going to stitch those buttons on. I won't make you sit here and watch that. I will pause you for a moment, then we'll get and make the lining, and then it'll be done. I won't be long. Right, turn the little buttons back on. So yeah, they look really sweet. So yeah, and it's nice and sparkly. Okay, so the next bit that I do is trim some of these. It's really hard to stitch it with the pelmet violin in place, so what I tend to do is stitch the backing fabric. Now I do it right sides, wrong sides together, because I quite like an overstitched seam, kind of like a raw seam, if that makes any sense. Just move my chair a bit closer. Yeah, so I do that. So what I tend to do, so that I can get that pelmet violin in, I start at the back corner, leave the back end open basically, so that I can slip the pelmet violin inside. I think I need to trim very slightly this front cover. Yep, it's a little bit long, so let me just trim that. I think height wise it's okay. Yep. Yeah, these are just totally adaptable to, you know, whatever size you want really. So, trying to do this in a very awkward position. Right. Yeah, more noise, I'm afraid. Oh, they had to go and feed the cat in between, by the way. If I don't, she doesn't let up. So about a number 5 with size 2 spacing in between. So right, let me just make sure we're all right here. Looks okay. Right, so leaving the back end open. It's going to be very noisy. I don't have the capability of speeding things up, so please do if you want to. So here we go. Creeping. first round of stitching. I don't know why I've got that thread there. I'm going to take that off. Mackerel, shut up. Right, so the pelmet violin, it's kind of bendy because I keep it rolled up. It doesn't like being rolled up, but I don't have anywhere to store it unrolled, so it has to just get over itself, quite frankly. So shove this in. It's not easy, especially as I gel printed on the fleece backed. I don't know if you can see the fleece back in there. Fleece backed fabric that I like to print on. Yeah, could be here a bit. Persist until it resistance is futile, like any good Trekkie would. Right, in. Go on, go in. Right, hold on, got to get my arm in. These never end up straight. I don't know why, they just never do. But they look fine when they're done. You going to go in any more? Or are you done? I think you're done, aren't you? Okay. Right, just need to trim that back. There's far too much. It can take a little bit. It can sort of overcast it, but not that much. Right. Just stitch that down. We'll go around again. Again, pause me, or sorry, fast forward me. Sorry, I thought that was Amazon. Fast forward me, and I'll be back to you as soon as I can. Won't be long. Okay, got a bit of stretchiness going on here. Okay. Oh, looks like I've run out of bobbin. Fabulous. Doesn't that always happen when you want it to? Yeah, and I've got no white ones done. No. Okay, right, I'll pause you while I'm doing bobbin, won't be a sec. Right, back on it. It always happens when you don't want it to, doesn't it? Bobbin failure. Right. Okay. Kind of glad that didn't stitch very well because I need to just stretch that out slightly. It's on super fast from bobbin winding. I'll turn that down a bit. That's better. Right, okay, whizzy whizzy. Back with you as soon as I can. Side. Cut those long bits off. Don't really want to wrap nest underneath. Yeah, if you make these, you must, well, to me, you need to get your top decoration all done, because otherwise you see it all on the inside, which I personally don't like. So each to their own, I guess. Right, so I'm just going to put a good crease in there, and hopefully it'll crease it on the inside, because I do find if you do a middle, it just makes it sit a bit nicer. That's it, all stitched. I'll just nip over and get the papers that I've got ready folded, and we'll put it together, and then ta-da! Nice. Right, won't be a second. Right, so yeah, there's the wad of papers and card and what have you. So I just find the middle, invert it in our book. Oh, I thought they were too big for a minute. No, it had fallen. I trimmed all those. Can't be too big. So there we are. I mean, they can be used as ordinary journals. They haven't got to be little mini art journals, but I just like to make them as little, you know, pop it in your pocket and carry it around with you type journals. But they can easily, you just have to finagle them. Hold on a second. They can easily become little mini junk journals, again refillable. So there we are. So they just have the elastic going through the middle and scrappy bits. But yeah, they're really good fun, aren't they? I like them anyway, and I like making them. So I'll put you there a second. I've been doing so much stitching. I never quite know how much to show if you want to see it, or I mean, you know, some of it's quite just bog standard Etsy orders and things, but I don't make quilts. Well, I do make quilts, but not at the moment. So yeah, let me run you through those again. So we've got our heart with the rose, which is very pretty, and then we got the little house. I'll try and remember to link her down below. And then we've got the green one with the fish. Kind of loving that fabric. This is like a 3D paint I put on there, so it's all textured. It's lovely. Oh, and then inside, I didn't show you, did I? Fishies! I didn't even show you these ones, did I? So that's the same as the other one. That's the Tilda fabric. And then the big giant felt flower has got rosy fabric inside, but that is very, very tactile. It's all sort of squidgy and nice. And then the badges, which I couched on recycled sari, because I thought it needed something. It was just not enough with just the badges, so I did a faux wood, and that's just got a plain brown. I think that would be good for a man, you know, because I do like to think of, you know, being quite unisex. Same as the fish, I thought that would be, you know, a bloke wouldn't mind that, would they? So there we are, 5 little art journals all ready to go, and off to new homes. Hope you enjoyed that. See you on the next one. Bye.